Right, well, we're back at Alpha again. Obviously, you saw, it was like a couple of videos ago, I can't remember now, we were in here doing a bit of training, as you would expect, because it's a gym. Adrian's going to take the session today. We're going to do a bit of shoulders, a bit of arms, and a bit of calves. Obviously, you've seen Adrian before. He's a badass who owns Alpha, and obviously the badass that owns Alpha Neon Darkside in Gloucester. So we'll obviously take you through a session, and as per usual, if you have any questions, just drop them down below.
I better preface my form on that. So before some dickheads go mental and go, yeah, I'm using full range of motion. The reason is because once I go past here, I just find my rhomboids take over, and I want to keep continuous tension in it, so it just works a lot better for me. And I got badass rear delts, so fuck you.
So with like rear delts, what you see is a lot of people like bring it in here, so they're like their traps and their rhomboids would be like really kind of shortened and tight. When you come and take a rear delt machine, I don't know whether you said about this.
I just said about my staggered range of motion, because you know you get the foreign police out going, well, why don't you go? Like I find like I'm almost trying to use, as bad as it sounds, like almost relaxed form, so I'm trying to stretch as far out as I can, because I find from here to here is all my rear delts. After that, in order for me to get my arms back more, I have to pull my rhomboids and my traps in, so I never go back the full way with it. I try just to go to here, and it's not because I can't go back here, but the way I look at it is, if I'm taking 3 seconds to here, 2 seconds here for instance, and then I'm going back, it's a 3-second rep roughly. So then if I do 10 reps, that's 30 seconds rest time under tension. If I go back here to here, I've lost about a second of tension, so it's almost like I'm resting and taking the pressure off my rear delts. And because a lot of the time people don't, it's just a really small muscle. So obviously like it does a decent amount of movement, but after that structurally I have to then pull my rhomboids in. Like I'm exaggerating the position, but I want to take that off. Like my rhomboids are fine. I do bend over rows, I do all that shit to build all that. So for me, it's all about time under tension. And if I can take a full 30 seconds or 40 seconds of all of that, it's better than me doing like 50 seconds and then 15 or 20 seconds of that I feel almost like a rest, because I'm taking the pressure off my rear delts. And the whole idea of bodybuilding is to work in the range of motion where you feel that exercise. If you don't feel it in that, just because it's more optimal because you've seen your favorite YouTuber do it, I think it's fucking ridiculous. I think that's one of the bad points about stuff, even machines owning a gym, is, you know, all of these machines are meant to be more optimal and this and that and the other. Half of that's a load of bollocks, because at the end of the day, you know, you see guys that can't use free weights, as we discussed, or they can't use things to the best of their ability. And if you're 6'2" and a guy is 5'7", that you're following his kind of ideology for training, your levers are different, everything is different. So try multiple exercise, even if it's the most basic fucking thing ever, and see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then fucking change it. Don't just do it because you see your favorite guy doing it or favorite girl doing it. It's just fucking stupid. So for me, that's always worked the best at building rear delts. And anybody I've worked with and showed them that, they're like, fuck. And they blow up, because structurally as well, if that rear delt, because everybody gets so much, you know, anterior delt activation from benching, from doing shoulders, for everything, they don't tend to work as much on their medial delt and their rear delt or posterior delt as they should, and structurally that can fuck up the shoulder, and that's why a lot of injuries happen. Because if you're caved forward the whole time, especially with that, you know, your rhomboids have an activation pulling that back, but if you're caved forward like that, then your bicipital tendon is attached into that anterior delt, and then a lot of like bicep issues happen, a lot of anterior delt issues happen, and it's never addressed. And I think that's really fucking silly. But yeah, as I said, that's the main reason I do a staggered range of motion. And on other things I won't. Obviously I do full range of motion because it makes more sense to me. So don't just follow your favorite YouTuber by saying, oh, full range of motion is best, staggered range of motion is best. There's lots of ways to, you know, fucking skin a cat.
Absolutely. What he said. So when you'll see I'll push away, stretch those rhomboids and those traps, and then come into the rear delt, because again, I'm really quite trap dominant. So if I can push away, I can remove the traps, and then I can just keep it on my rear delts.
That was a quicker way of saying what I was saying. So sorry about all that bollocks. Come on now. Champ. Drive it out. Come on. Come on! That's it. Come on, push it. And again. And again. Come on! Come on! Push it. Come on, 5 more 1. 4, 5, another 2. Come on, come on. One more. Yes.
Oh, you bastard.
Now we have a hernia. I herniated my disc fart in there.
It's really expelled itself from my arsehole.
Minty. Very minty.
Right, what's next then?
We'll do...
I think this is yours.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it?
Tastes delightful.
Yeah, it's my piss.
Oh, wow.
So you gotta drink your own piss to be anabolic. It's fine.
Really cold in here. So unlike some ladies that can wear like crop tops and stuff, I mean, fair play to them. I'm not one of those. Quite chilly. You can tell by the hat and the jumpers and the Ottomix shoes. And a secret of mine is these sticky socks, so I don't slip around in my shoes. That's the only socks I actually have. I got them for Christmas.
Next exercise, so we set up the bench, a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
So this is like, I guess, a tricep. So the first, again, I'm going to use a staggered range of motion. So for all you form police, go fuck yourselves. Again, I'm trying to hit rhomboids, so our rear delts, not rhomboids, I'm trying to do the opposite. I'll just go through it, it's fucking easier instead of waffling on a load of shit. Up to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Twist it, drive the pinky up. Last rotation is just a roll.
Ooh, okay.
Again, keeping the elbows high, so in line with them rear delts. So again, obviously the last one will incorporate a bit of rhomboids, but because your rear delts are so fatigued, they'll tend to give out before anything else. So yeah, it's definitely a really nice exercise. I love it. It's definitely helped a lot with my rear delts. Boosh. Again, don't come up the full way, just a little bit, yeah. Arms straight, a little bit straighter, there you go. Look at me trying to correct the IFBB pro, what a dick. Go on. So get all in there. The fatigue's real quick. That's it. That's it. Go on! Go on! That's it.
Fucking hell, that's killer, that is. Fucking hell.
Isn't it?
Jesus. But like, if you get the chance to train with someone and you're hungry to learn, train with people that you don't typically normally train with all the time, because you learn so much. Like, even the best pros or people that have been in the industry for like 30, 40 years, like, there's still things that other people would do that you wouldn't have thought about. So I always typically only do rear delts with like an overhand grip. I don't typically do them like that. But it just adds like another level of to the set, doesn't it? Like,
well, it just makes you think outside the box because you're used to like programming yourself a lot of the time, and then if you kind of train with people, you're like, fuck, it's an outside perspective. It's like even when I'm designing supplements, sometimes somebody will say something to me, go, fuck, I never thought like that. And the problem is I call it, you know, being in the picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get someone who's looking at the whole picture. You're just so invested in that one nuance of it that you sometimes don't see the rest of the shit around you.
Absolutely.
It's the same with a lot of other things in life. Like sometimes you don't appreciate the people around you till they're gone, or you don't see them for a while, and then they come back into your life. It's the same with training. It's like, fuck, I never thought of it like that.
Never thought of that, yeah.
You know, it's like when I train stuff with you, a lot of time I use a lot of close from when we're doing the back.
Yeah.
I didn't use that in ages, and then when I use it, I was like, oh fuck, I really feel that
really
nicely
good.
into that rhomboids. You know, you can adjust your position and look at it from different ways, and just seeing another person who's really into it, you kind of get just a different kind of perspective on it. And that's what training with other people is about. It's about learning and being open to, because some people are so like, my way is the best way and fuck you. And that's the problem with like so much shit that's out there. And I'm not saying mine is the best way of training, but as I said, there's so many ways. You know, if people want to do this, if it matches my strength curve and if it watch, like, that's fine. If that works for you, fucking excellent. And it does. But again, that mightn't work for you. And if it doesn't work after a certain period of time, then change it. But I don't mean like try it for 2 weeks and then change it. Because I think it's great that we have this information in front of us that we can look at all the time and get so much different information out of it. But the problem is then you're almost you know, detracting from the stuff that actually works.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, 20 kilos is fucking 20 kilos. If you can't lift it in this gym, you're not going to go to another fucking gym and lift it.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's just like people have to understand that. Like,
Yeah.
so I get it.
Absolutely.
You know, things will evolve, but I think sometimes there's a devolvement in some of the shit that goes
Yeah.
on. Like, where there's no evolution in it because you're trying to like put a ribbon on stuff that doesn't need a ribbon.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get big, it's going to be hard. If you want to get big, you got to eat. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
there's no magic pill out there. It's just fucking time, progression, and for the most part, genetics.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
all right, let's do another
So-
set.
Don't ever stop learning. It's basically what we're trying to
Don't
say.
stop fucking learning. Quote, Small but Mighty, 2024. Hey, come on.
Well done, mate. Good set.
Shite.
Good set.
Yeah. It's for the new Tren advert. Taste the rapeseed. Come on. Go. Drive it out. Come on, get at least 8. 2, 3 of them. Come on! Good. Strong, yes. That's it. Come on now! Come on! Come on, 3 more. That's it. Or do you want to move on to side delts?
Is that all you typically do? You only really do 1 to 2 sets, don't you?
Yeah, because I've done like multiple things. I think it's just, because it's such a small muscle group, I think like 4 or 5 working sets on it is enough.
Yeah.
Do you know, and the thing is, because
Yeah.
I'm working, the way I kind of work out is like 4 days on, 1 day off, 4 days on.
Yeah.
In a 10-day period, I'm getting everything worked twice.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
I think the volume, I'd rather put like, you know, 4 to 5 really good sets out there.
Yeah.
And then do that like over that day. And sometimes I won't even have a day off. If I feel good, and like I do a lot of HRV stuff on watches and stuff. So
Yeah, you do,
if my
yeah.
sleep patterns and everything
Yeah.
are good, I'll base it on that.
Yeah.
And if my recovery's good and everything's where it needs to be, then I'll train. But if I typically need a day off, I'll just take the fucking day off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like today I feel good, so I'm gonna fucking send
Yeah.
it, you know?
Okay, sweet. This comes back to what Aid said earlier, like everyone's training's different, like do what works for you. Like he might do slightly lower volume than I do because I'm used to training quite high volume. Obviously, again, I'm always open to try and do different things because that's why I made the swap with my training this year. But do what works for you, don't follow the crowd. And yeah, just do that.
Yeah, so side lateral raises, again, I do a stagger range of motion. Again, because it works for me, I find because I'm very trap dominant, I don't work my traps at all. Well, that's a lie, I might do them once a month, but I think it's just from years of boxing, just being like that, I just developed these fucking stupid ass traps. And so I tend to just keep my hands here and just elevate them to here. After here, I feel much more trap involvement, so I just don't tend to do that. Again, other people, different, they like doing it like that. I've never really felt it that much, but what I'll do is, the next machine I usually do free weights first, and then I'll do the lateral up on the Life Fitness machine because it's fucking banging. But again, I'll put my hands out here. Again, I won't do full over here. It just doesn't work for me. But each to their own. Biomechanically, it
it's
just
great
doesn't work
if you
for me.
want to like hit traps, but I'm the same. Like, if I come like anywhere above here, then I'm just all trap.
Yeah, I just literally go from here to here.
Yeah.
Literally here. I'll touch this, and that's my kind of, I guess, point. And again, it's just graze. It's not like hold it here, take a rest. It's like literally there. So again, that's just what works for me.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, you can go fuck yourself. Never know when you might need it. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Tell me when.
Let's go.
Come on. 4. Control that negative. Oh, beautiful.
You just drop down and I'll go to.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. 5 more. 1. 2. 3. Oh, that was lovely.
That was. I must admit, the more I do these, the way better the connection is. Like when I first started, I would just like, I'm talking about back when I was like 18, really kind of focusing on bodybuilding.
It's 25 years ago, yeah?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Somewhere around that ballpark. I would just kind of move them. But now, like, just through the development of like experience and training, the mind to muscle connection in my delts is way better.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? Just how things change. over time.
I think as well it's kind of getting into that, again, the rhythm suits you. Like you do it different to me. If I do it like that, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
If I do it here, if I do it like, if I need to do it to the front and make it slightly harder, I'll turn my hands in that way and kind of go up more so like that. And again, I feel it better than that. But if I do that whole, I guess the regular way of people doing it, like this, I feel fuck all. Do you know what I mean? So again, it's just how you connect with that, like she's saying, the muscle mind connection. And again, that's different. Like you can still have amazing delts in a couple of different ways, and I guess that's the thing, is like everybody trains slightly different, but again, it's what works for you and finding that groove, you know. So don't be afraid to experiment. Just because someone's recommended something to you and they might have amazing delts, it doesn't mean you're going to have by doing the same thing they do. But maybe take the point of reference, maybe ask them, well, why do you feel like that, and try and take those nuances and those kind of, I guess, ways to connect with it, how they have, and then that might work for you. Again, it mightn't, but fuck it, give it a shot. You've nothing to lose.
Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on. Yeah. Come on. 5, let's go. 4, good. 3, good. 2, good. There we go, well done.
Fuck. Come on. 2 more. 1 more. Up. Come on now. Come on. Come on. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 1 more.
Oh, tasty. Love it. Come on.
Oh shit. Fuck, that was awkward.
It's 2.
Yeah, I just like the movement of it.
That's just to everything. That's just, is that it?
Come on. Come on, come on. Let's go. Good set, mate, well done. Oh, yes.
Did that by Trenovix this morning.
Trenovix.
Come on. Come on. 3 more. Mini one. Give me 10. Give me mini one. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Damn it.
First time I said that.
Just take it.
All right.
Come on. 5 more meters. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang.
Oh, bastard. Oh, that's tasty.
They're a bit flimsy, but they do the job, especially if you're lazy. Can't be arsed bending over, or especially if you're like doing, say, something like a low cable row and you're strapped into the bar and you just want to keep a hold of that, especially if you're doing multiple drop sets. So they are very handy to have. You know, some things are a bit of a fad, but I think these are really cool and they work really, really well. Thank you. Not a paid endorsement.
Let's go, come on. Oh, mate, that's well cool. Come on. Come on. that's sick.
See the way it loads it? See that?
Yeah, I got you.
Did you get a little bit aroused? I did.
I did.
Just the tip, everyone's a winner. Unless it's 9 months later and then you're a dad. Or a mom. Look at that.
That was a bit delayed.
Bit of a tight hole there, we'll have to lube her up. Come on. Come on! Look at that, come on. Drive it. Drive it. That's it.
Fuck.
Right, so moving on. So what I do with this is
Come on.
holy fuck. I am pumped fuck.
Come on. Nice. Sweet.
Drive it, yes. Fucking triceps are ridiculous. You're a cunt.
More of a burden than a blessing, to be honest.
2 more. 1 more. Drive. There you go. Come on, keep going. 2, 3. Come on. That's it. Get the stretch up. That's it. Beautiful set.
Might be a little bit too light. I find with triceps, like once they go, it's like.
Oh, that's it, yeah, they're fucked.
Absolutely. Come on.
Squeeze it. Beautiful. Strong.
Hey.
Come on now. Up. Come on. Nice. Come on now, Sarah. Finish it. Beautiful.
Tasty.
So I better preface why I do cast a certain way. So a lot of the time I'll just kind of go down to where, I guess, how I would walk. So obviously I walk kind of heel to toe, so I don't really push off this too much. So I kind of walk kind of flat. So a lot of time my calves don't get activated too much. So that's why they're kind of shit. Obviously it's a genetic proponent with people with calves too, but I don't, like you'll see some people with big calves, they tend to walk a little bit more like this. So I read an article years and years ago about Paul DeMeo, who had massive quads, massive calves. And he said not to go all the way down and stretch it out like she's doing. And when I stopped doing that and just literally went from push to push, like exactly like that, kind of just touched it, kind of went flat and then straight back up. I got much more activation in my calves, found I connected with them way better. But what I'll do is, because I like that stretch proponent with it, to kind of stretch out the muscle, every 10 reps, I'll go to the bottom, I'll stretch it all the way out, hold it for 10 seconds, and then do another 10 reps, go back down, stretch it out, do another 10 reps. So I aim for 30 reps because I find that calf muscle, again, is more an endurance muscle because you're walking on it all day. So to get it to grow, I find higher reps, doing it like that. And also because I am very, very tight in my Achilles, that's why I don't like going the whole way down, the whole way up. And I just find a much, much better connection for me. Again, that's worked better for me. I've added a little bit of size, a little bit of depth more than my calves. And I'll train calves maybe 2 or 3 times a week as well. Because again, endurance muscle, I don't walk in them a lot. And if you look at how many 10,000 steps a day, if people are walking kind of like that, you know, and I don't know anyone who like stretches their calves. Nobody really walks like that. You can't. Do you know what I mean? It's not really the way it walks. So again, I just find it's much more kind of the natural range of motion and how your body works. Again, I do like the stretch component, but obviously some people like that whole way up, the whole way down. I just prefer to go to flat and go up, and it's worked way, way better for me. So again, try both ways, but I know all these full range of motion people start giving out to me with this, but it just doesn't work for me. So give it a shot, see what you think. But again, higher reps, much, much better for me as well, because it's calves, and obviously you walk on them. So if you're doing 10,000 steps a day, someone is like pushing off the calves. They're almost doing like 5,000 calf raises on each. You know, that's the way I look at it, whereas I walk very flat.
The thing is that you said no one fucking walks with like fully dorsiflexed ankles.
Nah.
So train them in the manner in which you walk, because everyone's like, you must train them in the range of motion that is efficient and effective for that muscle. Well, you're never super deep, are you?
No, well,
stretching, like you said, stretching is really fundamental for growth, but like,
yeah,
just stopping just before that stretch, you're going to get still a really good amount of growth.
Well, as well as that, for me, as I said, my Achilles tendon is quite tight. Obviously, I can increase that by doing stretching, which I do. But again, I like to use the weight to stretch it, hold it for 10 seconds, and then I'm getting the best of both worlds. Yeah. I also find I can lift more efficiently, because a lot of the time I can get out of the bottom bit, but I can't actually flex at the top. Yeah. So again, I know a stretch mechanism is there to kind of get that growth, open up the muscle. But as you said, like, you know, dorsiflexion, you know, putting it all there for the little anatomy buffs out there. But that's really, like, as I said, like, even when you're walking up stairs like that, you don't go, like, no one fucking really, like, very little people walk like this up a fucking step. They'll go, you know, you put your fucking foot in the step and you push off your heel. Yeah. So again, I'm never really walking like that. So the way I look at it, when I read that article by Paul DeMeo, that's why I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And much, much better connection for me, because a lot of the time it wasn't working for me. I was more concentrating on trying to get out of the bottom and go to there. Whereas, you know, and even I've seen Jay Cutler where he'll do a mini like this, and then like that, and he'll do that, and he'll do this. Whereas I just find here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll hold it down for a stretch. I'll hold that for 10 seconds. Again, I suppose people might say, oh, this is like a rest pause, but I guess it is, if you want to put it like that. But again, well, like stretch on it.
You guys would have seen in my previous video of Alicia, we would have done like a double bounce calf. So we're in the stretch position, we bounce at the bottom, then come up. That's just a variation of working within the stretch. And again, don't get me wrong, it works very well, but sometimes, you know, with your calves, just think about the movement of the calf and what we're doing is just a natural movement of the calf. But stretching is good.
Crazy. Yeah, it is. Like it definitely worked. But as I said, for me, biomechanically, that's just a much better variation for me. And I get a much better connection. And at the end of the day, reality, it's all about connection with your muscle.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
100%.
Shh. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go. Come on. It's lovely. Nice. That's all right. Is that yours, is it?
So that was today's session. So we did a bit of triceps, a bit of shoulders, and obviously ending on some calves. A little bit of fun today. Normally, obviously, I have my own little sessions, but like we said, kind of during an exercise earlier, go and see people, go and have a train with other people that you wouldn't normally train with. Obviously, I've done kind of sessions with Adrian before, but I've normally led them. So it was always just a little bit of fun to have him do what he normally does, take me through a session as what he normally does, and then just kind of learn from him. Obviously, I said like a few pointers earlier when we were like doing the rear delt stuff, like you should always be a sponge for knowledge. So if you get the chance to go and train with someone that you wouldn't normally train with, go through one of their sessions, sort of take in, or ask lots of questions, take in obviously lots of their like little ways of doing things, and then you can then develop your own training. So we did that today, obviously starting with rear delts, moving on to laterals, and then what else did we after that? I can't even remember. we went back into the laterals, didn't we? So
Back into lateral.
yeah, and then we went on to arms, and then obviously calves. I'm absolutely shattered after that session. And yeah, so yeah, it was a really good session. Obviously at the moment I am doing 2 a day, so I'll be back in later to do a little bit of what Lisa wants me to do, so that'll be more isolation work and plenty of stretching as well, because obviously naturally as we get bigger, I'm not my biggest, but I'm in a much better position composition wise. Obviously if you follow me on Instagram, Small Mighty 20, you would know and see how I'm doing in regards to that kind of stuff. But the bigger I get, the more kind of immobile I get, so make sure that we're always staying on top of my mobility and stuff like that. So that's the session today, guys. Obviously make sure you follow me on Instagram, obviously comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if there's anything more that you want to see, then be sure to give me a message on Instagram or anything like that. And then, I hope you enjoyed today's session. Remember, use alpha code SARA10 to save yourself some money. Obviously this is the new drop jumper, Kuma jumper, real good quality stuff at Alpha. I always recommend their supplements and stuff. So yeah, super excited to continue on with Alpha and continue on my journey. And then obviously that's that wrapped up. But thank you for support, guys, and obviously take care.